Hello, my name is Gabia, and today I'll be answering your questions commonly asked in public web scraping communities on what is a proxy server. I'll also address some of the most frequent questions relating to proxy use. So let's get started with the first question. What is a proxy server? Well, a proxy server acts as an intermediary between you and the internet. When you're using a proxy, your request runs through a proxy server first. Then it connects to the website. It ultimately changes your IP address. While there are many other proxy types, the main ones are these: datacenter proxies, residential proxies, shared proxies, semi-dedicated proxies, and private proxies. There are some other types of proxies too, some of which are SOCKS or HTTPS proxies, but you can learn more about them in one of our other videos on proxy types. So how do the proxies work? As I already mentioned, a proxy server acts as a gateway between your device and the internet. In other words, instead of communication taking place between your computer and the server, the computer's request to obtain a file or web page occurs through the proxy server before being sent to the requesting computer. This process effectively boosts your online privacy, as the target server can only see the proxy server as the visitor instead of your device. So, do proxies hide your IP address? Yes. Proxies hide your real IP address. If you're looking for a way to hide your IP from websites you visit, using a proxy is undoubtedly a good way to go about this. However, you should also note that there are plenty of other uses for proxies, such as bypassing geo-blocks, filtering or scraping public web content, and similar. They have a wide variety of advantages for nearly any internet user, from opening up business opportunities and increasing potential profits to enhanced privacy and security when browsing. Web proxies can provide something for everyone. For regular internet users, a proxy could come in handy if there is a need to browse the internet more privately. On top of the privacy factor, proxy servers can also improve security levels if the proxy server is correctly configured, as users can encrypt their internet requests. And what's more, a proxy tied to a specific location can unlock geo-block content, even if the real IP address doesn't have the privilege to access the particular information. For businesses, proxies help carry out their day-to-day operations. For example, ad verification used by companies that utilize proxies to check advertisers' landing pages anonymously, whereas travel fair aggregators use proxies to scrape flight prices without getting blocked by websites. Proxies can also be used to obtain pricing data, like for MAP monitoring, buying limited edition products, creating and managing social media accounts, and many other reasons. Well, do you need a proxy server? Well, this only depends on what you're planning to do. If you're looking at proxies because you need to gather public data in large quantities, you most likely need a proxy server. For any larger web scraping operation, you will need a vast amount of proxies to successfully connect to the desired data source through your automated web scraping script. With proxies, you will gather your required public data from the web server without reaching the implemented request limit and get blocked. So, to answer whether you need a proxy server in such a case, yes, of course. You should know how much data you'll be needing as well. In other words, how many requests you'll be making per day. Based on data points, also known as request volumes, and traffic you'll be needing. This way it will be easier for you to choose the right proxies for your requirements. And that's it! Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about proxies or would like to find out more about any specific topic, contact us at hello@oxylabs.io or simply write a comment below. Also, if you like this content, please like it or share it on your social media or with your colleagues. See ya!